Hi guys, and welcome to Into the Night. This is another review video, and Olight have reached out to me again and sent me one of their new torches. This is a Warrior Mini 3 in a blue to black variant. You can get them in green, like a olivey green colour to black, and just a straight black as well. So this one here, I've been really excited to get this one and try it out ever since they first released it. And yeah, so let's get it out and unbox it. I haven't even opened it yet, so let's go and see what's inside, see what it looks like. Okay, so here we go. Is the Warrior Mini 3 in the box. One thing you got to give it to Olight, they really package their torches nicely. A nice picture of the torch on there. It's just actually raised and almost a real glossy, almost embossed picture on there. So anyway, there's the specs on the back there. If you want to, you can pause the video and just have a look at the specs of it. But anyway, we'll open it up and see what's inside it. For starters, here's you just see a little yellow tag saying how to charge it, and to make sure you take the little insulation thing out. So we got safety warnings and an instruction, a user manual. So in here we've got a little D-loop, no, not a D-loop, an L stand, I think they call it. Extra sticky pad. So this is, here you can stick that to the wall or something, bench or something with the double-sided tape, and then your torch can just stick under here via the magnet on the back, but I'll show you that in a minute. Also we've got a charger. So it's the MCC3 magnetic. It's a magnetic charger. It just clips under the back, and the red one's is the red charger, which this one is the actual. They have a bit higher output. They charge it at 2 amps, I think. Yeah, 2 amp charger. But I really love the chargers for the Olight. And most importantly, here's the torch. So there you go, there's the torch itself, the Olight Warrior Mini 3. Now, the first things first, there's all the Olight's torches. They have a little protective film in there to insulate the battery, so you always pull that out. This takes one 18650, a 3500 milliamp hour, 3.6 volt 18650 battery. And now these are Olight's proprietary batteries, so for them to work, they have a negative on that end, but also that outside ring is negative and the middle is positive, so you don't want to get metal and short those two out, or you can wreck your battery. So positive goes to the top, towards the light head of the head of the torch. Nice threads in there as well, they're very well lubricated and just a really smooth thread. So I'm pretty sure that's a glass lens in the end, which is really good, and it's not a real aggressive sharp bezel on there, it's just quite nice. This is a new switch they've got also in there. This is the first, I think they're one of the first torches with this metal switch, new switch. So instead of having the rubber on the switch that can get a hole in it, this is my Warrior 3, and it's got a rubber, the switch is actually rubber, so even though it's got the little LED lights on the side that tell you your battery and your brightness level on that side. And this one's got the battery indicator on this, just a light in a single light in the middle of the switch, and so it's currently orange because I haven't charged it yet, but when it's above 60% it'll be green, and then between 10 and 60% it'll be orange. Then when it gets between 5 and 10% it'll be red, and below 5% it'll start blinking red. So then also, this is one thing I've been really excited about as well. There's the new magnetic tail switch on here, so you can activate the torch from the switch on the back or on the side. But this one here, they've changed it. The old design on the Warrior Mini 2 had the same as the Warrior 3 here, had these three sort of lumps there, and then the button in the middle. Whereas this one here, they've incorporated the whole thing as a flat surface, or it's actually slightly dished in, but it's a lot more surface area actually making a contact. So with the old one, you couldn't do that. It wouldn't hold its own weight. This one here, I'm holding that horizontal at the moment, and it's not falling off. Whereas if I was to get this one, it can't hold its own weight. I take my hand out and it falls down. It can hold its own weight hanging vertically, but not horizontal. So that's really handy. So if I want that in an everyday carry torch, because I use them every day, and if I'm working under a bonnet of a car or in a tractor or a truck or something, or changing a tyre or something in the dark, and I want it horizontally or at an angle, I know it's going to hold its own weight, and if you shake it, it's obviously going to fall off, but not like that. So that could be a handy little thing too. So you can have that by your bed or somewhere, and your torch is just an easy reach. Now this is the charger, and I just love that. That's how simple it is to charge. So you have that plugged into any USB socket, a computer or a power pack, or a USB socket in the wall charger thing for a phone charger or whatever, and just clips straight on like that, and it'll start charging. So there'll be a green light comes on in there, and as soon as when it's charging, it'll light this part up here as red, and then once it's charged it'll go back to green. So I really like the button on here is really good. So apparently you won't get, it makes it a lot easier to clean with if you only get steel filings. This one here, and you get, if I'm in the shed grinding or whatever, you get a lot of steel filings actually sticking to the magnet on the button at the back, and they get in that groove. You've got to get a bit of blue tack in there and just stick them all to that to kind of clean it. So this one here will be interesting to see how it goes with the filings. Whether you can clean them off fairly easy, I'm not sure. Well, time will tell. But so anyway, there's always your two double-sided pocket clip or hat clip on there. So you can, works pretty good if you don't have a headlamp and you're wearing a cap or a hat or something. You can just slide that on there and turn your torch on. But it's actually removable too, so it'll just unclip if you don't want to have it on there. But it just clips back into there. So I really like the colour of this one. They do make a green one. It goes from like an olive green colour down to a black, or this blue one, or they do a straight black one as well. And one other new thing they've brought out in this one, they've got a sensor in the front here. So if you got it in your pocket or something and it accidentally gets turned on a high or turbo, it'll actually dim it down, so it's not going to burn a hole in your pocket. So, but it's a different sensor to all the other torches are. So this is the new sensor they've got. They call it like a smart sensor or something. But if it's up close to something and you turn it on, it drops it down it doesn't actually put it back up to the high mode when it comes away. It'll drop it down to medium, and that's it. But if you turn it on and you can bring it up to glass or something comes in front, it's still not going to actually dim it down. But if it's an obstacle is close, when it turns on, it'll actually dim it down to a level so it's not actually going to get hot and burn and do damage. A lot of people didn't like the sensor in there because if you brought it up to glass or you had bugs flying around the front in the dark, they would actually make the light drop and become bright and drop again. So this one here, they've redesigned the sensor, so yeah, I quite like that idea. At least if it comes in your pocket, it's going to dim down and not burn a hole in your pocket. Because they get in a turbo high and turbo modes, they do get quite hot. So anyway, we'll charge it up and go and see how it performs in the dark. Okay, so this is the little Warrior Mini 3 from Olight. I'm just going to go and do a bit of a walk around and I'll show you how it performs in the dark. I'll just start it on. There's moonlight. You can barely make that out, but the one thing, I can see the ground good enough. If I am walking along and I need to save the battery, you can get apparently 100 days of runtime with this running non-stop. So I'll put it to low. That's a lot more usable. I like the moonlight mode if you're walking around in a house at night and you don't want to trip over something going to the bathroom, and it's pretty good. So if I go to there's medium, I can see out a little bit more. There's a fence just over there about 20 metres. There you go, there's high. You can see out a good way like that. Now if I put it to turbo, that thing's quite impressive. You can probably I can see the sign up there in the mailbox. It's probably close to 200 metres. I can see that quite easily. There's a tree there probably 50 metres away. So it's pretty good torch just to be able to carry around on your hip, especially for the small size it is. So yeah, you can really see well with that. But then you go back to moonlight, it's hard to imagine that you can get 100 days of runtime out of a little battery torch like that. You can leave it on whatever one you have it on, you switch it to mode you have it on, you switch it off, you switch it back on, it'll remember that mode and come back onto that one, so that'll be on medium, and there's high. The memory will only come back on either low, medium or high, or moonlight. You can't get it to go straight to turbo, but if you can do a triple click and then it goes to strobe, and you double click again from turbo and it'll go back to medium. So yes, that's a pretty good little light for the size of it and the weight of it. It's just a really easy little light to carry around, but it's still bright, plenty bright enough to see what you have to do. And if you want to quickly hit it to turbo to see out a little way, it's plenty good enough for that. So you can even make out in the camera the mailbox or the sign on the grid showing there a little bit. So yeah, quite impressive little torch for the size of it is and the weight. I think I'm going to get a fair bit of use. This is going to be my new everyday carry torch, I think. It's only just over 4 inches long, so it fits really nicely in your hand. The belt clip And I've got a little case here for it. I bought it separately from Olight a while ago, and I just still had it here, so I thought I'd run that in the case. Just protects it a little bit from scratches and stuff in day-to-day carry. If I carry it, I prefer to carry it on a pouch on my belt rather than in my pocket. But if you need to carry it in your pocket, it fits. Goes nicely into your pocket and it just sort of sits in there like that. Or if you want to carry it up the other way, you can, but it just doesn't go quite as deep. So yeah. As I said, I prefer to carry it in the pouch, just like so, and it works really well. So yeah, I really love this little torch, and I quite like the colour of it too. It's a really nice metallic blue and graduated down to black on the end. So I like to have torches that are fairly bright, so if I do lose them out in the paddock, they're not a natural colour that's going to blend in and be hard to find. That one stands out pretty good because you don't really get too much blue grass, especially that colour. So yeah, it's a good little torch. You walk around and walk the dog, run around, look for something. If you've been out in the paddock and drop something, it's easy to find. Want to change a tyre or work under the bonnet of the car, be a good, there's so many uses. I find I carry a torch from my belt every day, and I use the torch every single day too. Even during the daytime, you go into the shed, look for something in a dark corner, or look down a hole or something in the ground or whatever. It always comes in handy. And something, especially when it's so small and light, you don't even really know you've got it on you. So anyway, that's the Warrior Mini 3 from Olight. I'll leave a link in the description below. They have it got a sale on tonight at 8 o'clock starting. So I'll leave a link in the description below. You can head over there and check out the sale, and I can highly recommend this torch. This is probably one of my favourite Olight's favourite torches I've got so far. And yeah, it's a really, really nice little torch. I can't recommend this one enough if you want a good everyday carry torch. So go over and check them out, and they're at a pretty good price. So I'll leave all the information in the video description below. And yeah, but I do like that they got a metal button on here too. It's not a rubber one that's going to get perished and get a hole in it over time. So yeah, go and buy one of these, they're great. I love it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video about this little Olight Warrior Mini 3. It's a great little torch. I can highly recommend that you go and buy one if you want a nice little torch that's just really easy to carry, fits in your pocket, fits in your belt. You can use it, clip it onto your hat with a double-sided clip, and yeah, there's a lot of uses. I'm going to be using this torch every day. So head over to the link in the description below and go to their website, check it out. And any other torches you're looking for, they've got pretty much a torch for every situation. And yeah, if you use the link below, it's not going to make a torch any dearer for you, but it'll helps me out a bit as well. So it is an affiliate link, so go over there and check it out and go and buy yourself a good torch, because they're very good quality, and I can't recommend Olight's enough. I love them so much. I use them every day. So anyway, I'll leave the video at that. I'll catch you on the next one.